Welcome to Barrett Works. What's on the printer? I have a Ryobi fan. Actually, I have a bunch of Ryobi fans. And as I pointed out to a friend a week ago when we had people over and we were sitting outside and it was quite hot and we pulled out some fans, is that the earlier version of these fans we've had literally for over 20 years. And my friend says, "You mean the batteries are still compatible? They still work?" Yes, absolutely. I love this older fan. They don't make it anymore. So eventually I gave in and got the newer design. There are some benefits. It does move more air. It is very quiet in its upper settings, but it's a big, thick structure. And when I want to pull air in and from outside, I can't get it close to a window like this. So I thought I should make a shroud. Here's the design. Turn history on, and we'll turn on the items as well. So, not very complicated. Putting a breakpoint in just after this beginning. Drew a circle, simple sketch, and then extruded it and printed a number of these. Actually started with my first guess, which was based on measuring, but having to kind of eyeball. I couldn't get a tape directly across the circle of the fan to measure its exact diameter. So I printed then, ended up being in 3 sizes. Started at 238 millimeters and then went down to 236, and of course decided it should be right in the middle and did 237. After that had worked out, I needed to create the tabs that were going to interface with the indentations that are around the circular backside of the fan. Measured them roughly, put them on a test, printed it, and discovered 2 things. One, the tabs could be wider, and the inside of this surface interfered with a contour that these cutouts that these tabs fit into didn't have a hard cut edge as they transitioned from the cutout to the circular shape. So I wanted to relax the design right at that point. So struggled a little bit with how to do it, but what I ended up doing was I made, and let's see if I can find where to show, there we go. I made an object that could be used as a tool, a cutting tool, that was the shape and dimension and had the tapers that I wanted, so that when placed inset into the inside of this ring and then cut would give me the indentation, the cutout that I was looking for. So jumping to the end of that story, they got placed all the way around, and then the cut was done. And the end result is that on each side of these tabs, and these are the wider tabs, so I've made the tabs a bit wider before I did these cutouts, we've got this relaxed contour on the inside edge of the circle. So a last test print, which had those relaxed inside contours, had the wider tabs, it fit well. And so then back to Shaper, where I went ahead and extruded to the length I wanted. Then I scaled this far side of it. And to make that work with a bigger circle than would be possible otherwise, I then moved that outer edge, that far edge on this cone, so that as it reaches out toward the window, it doesn't interfere with the frame of the window at the bottom, but goes ahead and has that same larger diameter available to pull air in. So that was it. Turned it into one solid piece, exported it. The slicing was quite simple. I probably won't even show it. I'll show it printing, but just sits with this side here down on the print bed. No supports needed, no fancy settings. Printed it in PLA. And it was a 16-hour print because I was lazy. I didn't bother to switch to the 0.06 millimeter nozzle. So a couple hours slower, hour or 2 slower than it would have been if I had done the switch. It was running during the night, so it didn't really affect me that it took longer. Maybe an odd looking device, but this shroud allows this to cozy right up to the screen and pull air in directly from outside. So when it's distinctly colder outside than in, this works well.